Hello everyone, so thank you for tuning in to this Elevenses episode on Optimisation Score. I'm Rio, I'm one of the Optimisation Score leads here.
And I'm Daniel, I'm Rio's co-host and the other Optimisation Score lead on today's presentation. Nice to see you.
So I guess in terms of what we're going to be talking about today, we're going to go through what Optimisation Score is, why you should start using the score, how you can use the score. So we're going to have an example from an account. So we're going to show you around the interface in a little bit more detail. And then we're going to finish off with 3 key takeaways, as well as some resources you can have a read of after this. So what is optimization score? So in recent days, you may have heard OptiScore or optimization score more than ever before, and you may be thinking, I'm just still not 100% sure what it is. So I'm going to take you through that with an example to start off with. So imagine a sports team, a rugby team, something like that. So everyone in that team has their own strengths and weaknesses. And in order for the team to be performing at 100%, everyone's performance needs to be at the optimal level. So now imagine this team with a coach. A good coach is able to use their experience, their expertise and knowledge to ensure that they're providing a personalised coaching service to each individual member of the team. So Optimisation Score is this coach. It's able to provide personalised recommendations to each area of your Google Ads account. So, it is incredible, and of course to ensure that the performance is at, the optimal level that it can be. So it's incredibly smart. It uses machine learning and historical data in the account to ensure that all the recommendations are 100% relevant to you and your account. So, and because of that, it's able to provide very strong estimations of what the potential uplift will be should you apply these recommendations. So what is it? So it's a score from 0 to 100. So a score that's closer to 100 would be indicative of an account that has the best practices in, it's performing well, it's optimized, whereas a score closer to 0 would be an account that, does need some optimizations. Maybe it's missing something major in the account, like conversion tracking that, most accounts need. So the idea is, it's a score that's based on real-time data. So should you apply a recommendation, your score will instantly increase. Do bear in mind here, though, the score can also go down. So you may find that, you're leaving work on sort of a Wednesday evening and your score's at 94%. And then the next morning you come in and you're at sort of 89%. And this is due to various reasons. So the competitive landscape could have changed and, your bids are no longer high enough. So which could have caused your score to go down. Or maybe the day before you applied various recommendations, which unlocked more advanced recommendations. So therefore there's more room for optimization to take place, more headroom. So again, that could be another reason why your score could go down. So it is something you want to be going in as often as you can and just keeping an eye on, because the score, could go down in various situations. So yeah, it's just a really great way you can make your account smarter. You can fully take advantage of applying, smart creative, so responsive ads, search ads at a click of a button, because they're all in Optimisation Score. You can apply target CPA, maximize conversions really, really easily, as well as smart targeting. So it's just a really nice way you can make your account smarter.
Okay, so what I'm going to talk about now are some of the key benefits, the reasons why you should start using OptiScore. Before I kind of jump into what it all is and how we break those down, just a quick reminder for anyone who has used our previous best practice frameworks that we've used before, such as Skill Score or High Score. They were made up of a set number of best practices, and it was quite, it was scaled, and it was quite kind of a broad application across everyone. You either had this best practice applied or not. But OptiScore is that kind of evolution of this, and we've tried to make it better. We've listened to some of the feedback, we've taken the best elements, but we've improved on the elements that were a little bit frustrating or a little bit less ideal for some customers and some account managers. So what we've done is we've made it instant, personalized, and we've made it actionable and scalable. So what do we mean by that? Well, it's instant in that you can go into your own Google Ads front end anytime you like and see your score in real time as it is then. If you make a change, the score changes in real time. If an optimization surfaces for you at that moment, the score will change at that moment too. So you know that whenever you look at that and whenever you apply something, it's all updated in the moment, and your score will accurately reflect just how well optimized or not your accounts are. It's personalized. So again, what we talked about with those previous best practice frameworks in the past was that it was just a standardized approach, and it had to be that way. You either had a best practice applied or not. But sometimes those best practices didn't necessarily have a huge effect for you or your account. It depends on a lot of factors. So what OptiScore now does is it's personalized. You will only see a recommendation surface if the system sees a genuine improved performance based on that for you. And that's based off, as Rio mentioned earlier, a lot of smart thinking in the background, algorithms, machine learning, and about 2 years worth of back data on Google Ads in general, all overlaid with the fact that it does have to project an improved performance for your specific campaign. And then lastly, it's actionable and scalable. So what do we mean by that? It's actionable in that every recommendation that will surface will have the ability to apply all at the click of a button. So immediately when you see something there and you see the level of score improvement it will give you or the impact it will give, you can apply it then and there. It's really straightforward, really quick. The scalable part of that is that you can either choose to look at the recommendations tab where OptiScore lives on a campaign level, or you can choose to look at it at an account level and apply a load of recommendations across a range of campaigns. Or indeed, you can look at it at a managed account at MCC level as well. So that's the scale that we can get to there. So you can choose to prioritize your time by starting at the top with the big effect, and you can apply it all in the moment. And that saves you time. And I think that's what's really crucial here.
So I'm going to take you through how to use the score. So you'll see on the left-hand side of the page that you've got optimization, your optimization score at the account level. So it's 73.5%. Then next to that, you've got your all recommendations and you've got your repairs section. So these are things like, ad groups that maybe you forgot to add any ads, things like that, bids and budgets, keywords and targeting, ads and extensions, and then dismiss section. So this dismiss sections are recommendations that you had the opportunity to dismiss. However, do bear in mind that after 90 days, if we feel as though the recommendation is still relevant to your account, you will find they will resurface within the recommendation section. And also, and another thing to bear in mind is everyone who has access to the account can see your dismissed optimization score as well as the actual optimization score in the account. So I guess it's just something, it's good to know when you're considering dismissing a recommendation there. So it's completely up to you how you want to prioritize the score uplift. You can do it by sections. So bids and budgets, you want to prioritize that particular area of the account, or you can go into each individual recommendation type. So let's take a closer look at a recommendation type. So you'll see there that where the arrow is pointing, should you apply target CPA to the 67 campaigns that's relevant and which are eligible for target CPA to be applied to, your score will increase by 14.8%. Then underneath that, you've got your estimated increase in conversion. So this is a weekly estimate. And then underneath that, you've got your increase or decrease in costs, should you apply this recommendation. And depending on the recommendation, whether there'll be an increase or decrease in costs. So on the side of that, there's a bit of an explanation as to why you should apply it. Then underneath that, you've got your top signals that will be taken into account should you apply target CPA to these particular campaigns. So, it just reinforces the fact that optimization score really is going off historical data in the account, because it's able to know that, based on what's happened previously, that your ads perform the best on weekdays at 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So, like I said, it just reinforces historical data, and that it knows that, and how well our systems are working together more than ever before. So it's completely up to you how you want to apply these recommendations. You can apply it at an account level. So you can go to, the apply all button and then hit all, and then apply all, and then they will be applied across all the accounts really, really simply. However, if you want to have a bit more control, you want to go a bit more granular, you can look at the campaign level and you can apply recommendations at each individual campaign. It's completely up to you how you choose to work. But applying at the account level, of course, is a lot more efficient way of working with OptiScore.
Okay, so what we've taken you through so far are some of the top line practicalities of OptiScore, the key benefits and how it actually gets used in your account. What we wanted to move to now is a little bit more of the kind of key tips and tricks that you can make use of to get you hitting the ground a little bit quicker, because we know when you make this part of your regular daily activity that you'll get used to using this, you'll find the best ways to work it. But before you do, we want to give you the best chance of getting to that point quickly. So Some of the things that were kind of interesting is that a recent study showed 80% of digital marketers' time is spent on manual tasks like bidding, and only 20% is spent on strategy, which is obviously really important and really crucial for getting those big gains in your accounts or your customers' accounts. So make this part of your regular activity in order to free up time to get you doing the bigger tasks and the better things, and you'll find that you'll get great success with it. Something that we actually mean by that, and a great example that I've actually seen with some of the people that I work with, are things like RSAs, responsive search ads. An example of something that takes a little bit of time to set up in the first place if you don't already have it. And if you haven't already used them before, it might take you a little bit of time to learn about it and how to best use it. Well, this tool will actually help recommend examples of how to use it. It will give you a pre-made setup for you to assess, to look at, and if you agree and like, you can apply it all based off of that. And it's really quick and helps you hit the ground running so that then you can work on just making it better or look at some other parts of your account and save you time. Same for something like DSA, Dynamic Search Ads, a really great product and help you hoover up lots of coverage out there. But actually, the system will show you where to use it and actually the kind of benefit that you could expect to get from it as well. Not just in terms of your optimization score uplift, but also in terms of an actual business improvement that you might see from that. And it shows you the level of the opportunity that's there on the table to take. Again, previously something that would take a little bit of homework and time from you. This gets you started and gets you ready to go, shows you what the story is, and helps you apply it all if you're happy to do that then and there. And if we stick with the target CPA example as an individual recommendation that Rio took earlier on, what we want to just land here with you is that why a recommendation would surface is based on a set of criteria that is individual for every different recommendation. So you'll only see target CPA, for example, surfacing as a recommendation if you aren't already using something else like target ROAS. And you'll only see it if you do have conversion tracking enabled, so that you can actually make best use of this. And what's really nice as well is that it then shows you the top signals that your campaign will take into account when you've applied this and the benefits you'll get from that. So it gives you a bit of knowledge, it saves you time, and it's once you understand how it surfaces, it means you can trust in the benefit and the efficiency of it. And all of that means that when we talk about this daily activity, like go down first thing in the morning, sit down at your desk with a coffee, have a look in the recommendations tab, address the repair straight away, those really simple, easy to understand issues that can crop up, but that will help you spot them straight away and help you resolve them straight away. And you'll find that some of those niggly ones that used to occur in the past and that you used to have to deal with, like conflicting keywords, are a thing of the past for you. So I'll just hand back over to Rio for the final takeaways and resources.
Yeah, so as we've discussed, optimization score is instant, it's personalized, actionable, and completely scalable. As you can see, you can apply recommendations to hundreds of campaigns really at a click of a button. As Daniel just said, you can really save time, improve efficiency by, automating these manual tasks like writing ads, setting bids, increasing bids on various campaigns. It can be done in a really quick time. So, and as a result of applying these relevant recommendations to your account, of course, you're going to improve the overall account's performance. So those are the three takeaways. Those are the three things we thought were most important to highlight at the end. So, and then here's some resources as well. So there's some articles available on our support pages. So there's sort of a best practice article, a little bit more information. And of course, we're going to be sending around the deck that you can view in your own time. So we thoroughly enjoyed this episode and thank you very much for tuning in. We do hope you found that useful.